Good morning, everyone. Once again, it is Miss Campos, reading specialist of the Central Middle School. Today's lesson will focus on writing, and it is day 3. In our day 2 mini lesson, we noticed how we can take a poem that has high-level words, tier 2, tier 3, and reduce it to tier 1 words that are more simple to understand for the reader. In this writing mini lesson, we're going to focus on how we take our writing that has a lot of tier 1 commonly used words and take it up a little bit to tier 2 or possibly tier 3 words. Let's start off with an example of a writing prompt. Very, very simple. What did you do today? And you may write something like, I slept all day, then my sister was bugging me, so I woke up and watched TV. Okay, now let's take the response, and we might say we're done. That's it. Let's take this response and look at it line by line. The first line says, I slept all day. Now these words, if we go back to our triangle that we've been learning about, are tier 1, common language words, which is what we use in our writing most frequently. How do we take these words and try to make it into a tier 2, possibly, or tier 3 words, and give our writing a little bit more body to it? So first of all, we have to identify which of these words we would like to focus on. So I am going to start with slept. I can probably think of other words that I can use instead of slept. I can say, I dozed all day. I was in a slumber all day. Or we can even say, I was inclined to sleep all day today. So we're taking a word that we use frequently and a lot of people use, but to make our writing a little bit more different, we can use these tier 2 vocabulary words instead. Let's take a look at the next sentence. The next sentence says, then my sister was bugging me. I could work on sister, but I think the word bugging might be more interesting to change. So I can say, then my sister was irritating me. My sister plagued me. Or we can use the word exasperated. I was exasperated with my sister. So these are words that mean the same thing as bugging, and we call these words synonyms that are related to that word as a different way of saying them, but it is a tier 2 word, vocabulary word, that is not as commonly used as bugging. Let's take a look at the last sentence. So I woke up and watched TV. Let's take a look at the word woke. You can say I was startled. I was provoked to wake up or rise. You can also say I was alarmed. There is a variety of words that you can think about or look up in a thesaurus to change another tier 1 word that you have in your writing. These are just some examples. I can also change watched. I can say I entertained myself watching TV. I went to occupy myself in front of the TV. Or I engaged. These are all words that would enhance your writing and not have commonly used words as simple. Make it more interesting. Let's go back to our original prompt and our response. We take this response and use some of the words that we change. Now we would change it to say, I was in a slumber. Then my sister plagued me. So I was provoked to wake up and entertain myself with TV. So again, the commonly used words that we would easily use: slept, washed, bug. Still use wake up, but I added another one here. Those were enhanced with tier 2 words to make our writing more rich and more specific. So this is an example. Let's take a look at another example. It says, what will you do tomorrow? Very simple, like a journal entry or a please do now. And a response that we can do is, I will get on my computer to work on my classwork. Then I will eat something. I would like to talk to my friends on the phone. Very simple, 3 things, not much. Now let's take a look at each line separately. What I would like us to do is identify the word that we might want to change into a more specific word or a tier 2 word. I will get on the computer to work on my class. I can think about another word for computer, but I'm going to go with work, which is a tier 1 word that I can probably change to another tier 2 word. Another simple one is get. I will get on the computer. So we can think of words like arrive. I will engage on the computer. The next line says, then I will eat something. We can say eat is the tier 1 word that we can change to a tier 2. And the last line says, I will then talk to my friends on the phone. We can think of another word for talk. I can also think of another word for friends and possibly phone, but for now we can work on those 2. So I will leave these sentences here so that you can think about synonyms or other words that can replace these tier 1 words. And we're looking for tier 2 academic vocabulary words or tier 3 that you can think of. And one way that this can help us is with the thesaurus, which has all the synonyms for any word that we can think in our mind. So now you have learned how we take commonly used words in our writing and switch it a little bit for those tier 2 vocabulary words that are more rich or give more specific meaning to what we're talking about. Stay tuned for day 4 of our next mini session and continue to practice these skills as you're answering prompts at home and working with your families. Bye-bye.